Hi, everybody. Welcome to the last video for the skill sets in the book. So I'm glad you've stuck with me this far, and I hope you're as excited as I am about the skills that you've been developing. Let's get started. Today's video will be about advanced InDesign, images, type, and layout. We'll make it print size, inches. You can use centimeters, of course. Turn off facing pages, make the number of pages 2, and press create. Okay, we're going to make a frame for our cover. This is based on the design project 6 in chapter 7. It is a 4.72 inch square. That's the international standard for digital album cover designs. And then if you were making an actual album cover design, it's roughly a 12-inch square. Okay, let's place the image. These images that we're using for this project were shot in the Arctic Circle by a former student of mine, Zikwan Liu. It's very exciting to use these images. Now, this is a great crop of the image, but we can do even better, and we're going to get there by saying object fitting fill frame proportionately. And that gives us a little bit more comfortable margins around these featured gulls in the image. Okay, and now we'll take the type tool and we'll put in Arctic, ARCTIC CLOUDZ, and ARCTICWAVES, all caps. And then we're going to change the font to Futura Condensed Medium. Okay, and then we'll make it 12 points, and we're going to change the tracking to 120. Give it a little bit more space, and then we'll change the paragraph alignment to justify with the last line in the center. Okay, that looks good. And now we're going to zoom in because we're going to do something fun with the colors of the letters. So in order to do that, we're going to use the color theme tool, click on the image, and this is a great color palette. I'm very excited about this color palette. We're going to add this theme to the swatches. I wanted to get a variety of blues so that I can modify the letters of the titles. So we'll show you how to do that. So this was all Zikwan's idea. So he took the color theme and he used the lightest value for the A's, which we're going to do now, the A's and the W. And because he's sort of doing this typographic nuance treatment, we're making the words, the two words, start with the lightest color for legibility purposes. Okay, and now for the letters in between, we're going to go step by step from lightest to darkest. Okay, and I've worked through this solution. So I'm just going to grab this from that work file, press Command V, and replace this in the interest of time of the video. Okay. And I'm going to, okay. And don't forget, you can always press your W key on your keyboard to see your work without the frames around it. I'm going to set that so that it's sitting a little bit more comfortably in the corner of the image. I love it. Okay, so in our Pages panel, we are happy with the cover design. We're going to double click on the second page and we'll do a new frame for the tour poster associated with this album release. And that will be 6.5 by 10 inches in centimeters. That is 16.52 by 25.4. Okay, and this is based on an international poster standard. And so the proportions of the poster fit on our standard printable page size. But if you could scale it up to, say, street furniture at a bus stop, you could do that. So let's press Command D and grab the other image. This is a collage of images Sequan shot. And we're going to say, in this case, object fitting fit content proportionately, and it fits perfectly. Okay, and now I'm going to lock that into place. And the keyboard shortcut for locking an object in InDesign, you might have noticed, is Command L. And that's different from locking objects in Illustrator, which is Command 2. Now we'll take the text box from our cover, Command C, and paste it here. And we're going to paste it roughly here. And we're going to make the text 20 points. Okay, so in the properties panel, we'll just change this to 20. And we might have to increase the size of the frame, which we can do with the black selection tool. That looks great. Now we're going to use an ellipse frame tool, and holding the shift key down, make it a roughly 1.12 inches. And you can do that by dragging your freehand. It doesn't have to be precise. You could also just take your tool and click once, as we did with the frames. Okay, and I'm going to center this roughly above the type, and then roughly above this bird here. And then click on the circular frame and press Command D, and we'll take finally the portrait file. And it's showing an actual size. So the best way to fit that is to fit content proportionately. And you can always, of course, make minor adjustments using the direct selection tool for the placement. Okay, let's peek at this with the W key. I'm loving it. Awesome. Now we have a bit of a challenge. You know, you guys are novice designers, and now I'm going to ask you to put a lot more copy on here, but I know you are up for it. So I'm going to make this roughly 2 inches wide and 4.5 inches long. This is going to be the cities for the tour, and then 1/2 inch wide and the same length or height for the dates. Okay, and then I'm going to, in the interest of time, cheat a little bit, go to my working file, highlight this fabulous tour that Sequan planned. It's going from New York to LA and many exciting places like London, Paris, Istanbul, Shanghai, Hong Kong, Tokyo, Sydney, in between. Okay, and now you're gonna laugh when you see these dates. He is going to keep this band hopping through for about a month, getting around the world. So Command C, and then go back and paste these dates. You can add whatever dates you like. When I make a tour for these demos, I usually only have them performing on Friday and Saturday nights, and then give them the whole week off. And then you can go wherever you like on your tour. This type, by the way, is now Futura Light 11 points with auto leading. Okay, gang? And I used the lightest color in the color theme for this type, so it had the most contrast. The final piece of copy is Sequan's website that actually it's a SoundCloud website. I'm just going to take that and copy it and paste it into our poster. And notice that I used a gray from the palette for soundcloud.com that is over the white area of the iceberg, and then Arctic Clouds is a lighter color over the gray area of this iceberg. Okay, let's peek with the W. This looks great. And so the last thing we're going to do is save it as an InDesign file. World Tour, Arctic Clouds maybe. and save it into your project folder, right? So those links stay consistent. So that's your InDesign file, and you can always go back and edit any component of that. But if you want to share it, you want to export it as a PDF. So Command E brings up the export, and we're going to do a PDF and save it into the same folder. So everything is where we need it. Well, that's it, everybody. Congratulations on completing these videos. I'm so proud of you, and wish you well.